Bank of America million. Bank paid $32. This proves the system exists. But the settlements only cover a fraction. The rest is still there, waiting to be redeemed.
And how do people access this?
Well, The Rock and Joe Rogan did a complete episode documenting the step-by-step process. It became so popular that it went viral with over 12 million views before being removed.
Oh, really? It got removed?
Financial institutions pressured to take it down. But we got a copy of the complete episode before the removal. It's exactly the type of information the public needs to know.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's watch The Rock's podcast with Joe Rogan that was online for only 24 hours and soon after was banned from YouTube by JPMorgan Chase, which teaches how any American can withdraw from $2,000 to $10,000 per month with values retained in the SSN. Check it out.
If you are an American and you have an SSN, you have the right to a withdrawal that can range from $2,000 to $10,000 monthly retained in your SSN. But the media has been trying to hide this in income. That is why it is important that you stop what you are doing right now and pay close attention to this short video until the end. Well, I am here today on Joe Rogan's podcast because we discovered something that American banks are trying to hide, something that will transform the way you deal with your money. And that can make you have a monthly income of $5,000, $10,000, and even $15,000 monthly just by recovering hidden fees retained in your own SSN. Before I tell you everything, I want you to hear how this discovery impacted our vision about the American financial system.
Hi, I am Joe Rogan, and believe me, I was also caught by surprise when I found out what was happening behind the scenes of the U.S. financial system. This is not about politics. It is not about economic crisis. This is about you and how much you have been deceived without even knowing it. We are here today after discovering this scandal that has been happening in the American financial system for the last 6 years. Internal studies from banks like JP Morgan and Bank of America have already revealed that there are hidden fees in platforms like PayPal, Zelle, ACH, Venmo, and even credit cards. And these fees should, by law, be returned to the final consumer, but they are not, simply because nobody taught how to claim this recovery. This amount does not come from a lottery, nor from a miracle. It is your money. It should be in your account. But the banks found a legal way to hide this system. And while you struggle financially, they keep profiting in silence with your ignorance. These values are tied to your SSN, and they can only be withdrawn to a bank account in your name. If you do not act, they disappear. And the worst part, they may be expiring this very week. And if you do not know how to withdraw, you may not have the same luck that thousands of ordinary Americans are having, making withdrawals of $500, $600, and even $1,000 every day. Like the case of Martin Miller from Colorado, who withdrew more than $6,400 in 1 week.
I am Martin Miller, 52 years old, a driver in Colorado. I was drowning in debt, $7,845 on the credit card, and $14,370 from the truck financing. When I heard about this, I was skeptical, but on the very first morning, I already received $780 for recovery. In just 7 days, I withdrew exactly $4,478.42 straight into my account. I already paid off 60% of my debts.
Or the case of May, a single mother from Dallas, who discovered this loophole in the banking system 2 days before her recovery period expired.
I am May, single mother of 2 boys in Dallas. I was $3,670 behind on rent and about to be evicted. I saw the video from President Obama and discovered I had only 2 days before my recovery period expired. In 48 hours, I received $940. The following week, another $1,280. Now I receive between $1,500 and $3,400 every week. It literally saved my family from eviction.
Cases like these have become common after we decided to reveal this news nationwide, right, Dwayne?
Of course, Joe, after we decided to come clean and put our image and our name at risk, I believe we turned the American system upside down. Let me tell you, with all certainty, you have never heard or will hear about this, at least not in mainstream media, and you will soon understand why. I am talking about thousands of dollars that may be leaving your pocket right now and going straight to the pockets of these corrupt bankers. And before you start wondering if this is legal, and even Trump recently spoke about this new loophole in the banking system.
A shocking news story hit the United States this past week, and thousands of Americans with an active SSN may be withdrawing their funds, and there's nothing we can do to stop it.
You know me, so you can imagine the size of everything we are telling you today. I am talking about a real system, real values that should be in your bank account right now. But they have been taken from you for years without you even knowing about it. See the case of Mike and his family. They withdrew almost $10,000 in just a few weeks.
My name is Mike Johnson, 43 years old, from Phoenix. When I saw the video of presenter Dwayne on Joe Rogan's podcast, I was skeptical but desperate. I was working 2 jobs and still could not pay all the bills. I followed the instructions of the free system I discovered in the video, and on the 3rd day, I received received $1,240 for recovery. The following week, another $2,870. In less than a month, we withdrew exactly $9,780. I was able to quit my second job and finally fix the car that had been sitting broken for 8 months. This money gave us back our dignity.
This did not appear in the mainstream media. You will not see this in the news. It is likely that this interview will be removed from the air in a few hours, and there is nothing we can do to stop it. And you will understand the reason in the next few minutes. So stay with us until the end, because I will show you exactly how to recover what is yours. Today, if you like the idea of seeing money enter your account every month with no effort, no trick, no delay, then what comes next will change your life.
So, without further delay, let us go straight to the point. Maybe you know Dwayne from television, from the movies as The Rock, or maybe from wrestling, but what most people have never seen is what this guy discovered behind the system. And today, for the first time, he is going to talk about it. I am Joe Rogan. I am a host, an interviewer, and I have spent more than 20 years giving a voice to people who have the courage to say what no one else wants to hear. And Dwayne is much more than an actor or a global icon. He is a former wrestler, an entrepreneur, a family man, and one of the few people in this country with direct access to the backstage of the American financial system. And after years of being forced to stay quiet, he decided to break the silence here. So if you are listening to this right now, pay attention, because the next 2 minutes of this video can change your life.
It was years of forced silence, watching a dirty system take money from my people. But after so many stories of people who withdrew thousands of dollars with the secret I revealed, I realized there was something bigger behind it. And there I understood that the problem was much bigger than. So let me tell you something. I have never revealed publicly. For years, I had access to information that never reached the public. Hidden information that the banks and the media never had any. And the truth is, the more I investigated, the clearer it became. There was a secret system silently draining money from millions of ordinary Americans. A system that has been operating secretly for years in every transaction you make, whether paying your bills, buying with a credit card at Walmart, or transferring money to a friend.
But Dwayne, how can they do something like this? How does it really work?
Before explaining this, I need to talk about how I discovered the system in depth. Well, right after a meeting with one of the major shareholders at JP Morgan Chase, I found a folder with some confidential files. That caught my attention, so I decided to reach out to a longtime friend. He was an administrative manager at one of the largest banks in the United States, Bank of America. When we met, I asked him directly, tell me the truth. Are the banks hiding money from America? He hesitated, he looked around, he took a deep breath, and then he said, Dwayne, I cannot talk about this here. Meet me tomorrow at 6 a.m. at the coffee shop near the main building. The next day, he showed up with a simple folder in his hand. No logo, no identification, and inside it were documents that should never have left the bank. Internal reports, automatic movements of funds linked to millions of SSNs, and spreadsheets showing the silent transfers banks made every time an American made a credit card purchase, a digital payment, or even a simple money transfer on Venmo. He looked at me and said, we call this silent compensation. It is legal, but it is dirty. And most people do not even know this exists. It was there that everything was confirmed. It was no longer a suspicion. It was real. Billions of dollars being redirected every month. Money that belongs to people like you, and that the banks learned how to hide using a loophole that few know about. Here is how it works. If you've ever used Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, ACH, or even made a transfer with a credit card, the truth is you are paying much more in fees than you imagine. And part of that money can be yours, but you do not know it. Let me explain better. With each transaction, the bank used by the company that processes the payment retains a percentage that by law should be returned to you. Every instant payment or credit card transaction you make, regardless of which bank it is, has a processing fee, and part of that fee should be returned to you. You pay these hidden fees when you make payments, but the banks keep that money unless you know how to withdraw it. Let us suppose you are buying a pair of shoes on Amazon. The price of the shoes is $200, and you decide to pay using PayPal. You bought the shoes on Amazon for $200 and paid via PayPal. You made the transfer, and your bank sent the $200 to Amazon's bank. Amazon received the $200 and deducted it in the account. However, to process the transaction, Amazon's bank charged a fee of $20, leaving Amazon with $180, even though you paid $200. So at the end of the transaction, you paid $200. Amazon received $180 in its account, and Amazon's partner bank took $20 in fees. That is where the big banking trap lies. I bet you did not know that, did you? I guarantee you that no newspaper, no magazine, and no report you have ever seen talk about anything like this. After all, you have already noticed that television is full of ads from these big banks, right? Like JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and so on. That is right. The banks will never let Americans discover them. Until now, of course, not even internal bank employees understand it very well. We are all victims of this banking trap. That is why I am going to show you how to recover this hidden fee. This amount can range between $2,000 and $15,000 per month. In fact, it varies depending on how much money you move monthly and how many transactions you make. Pay close attention to what I am going to tell you now. I am talking about something concrete. I am guaranteeing that with every purchase you make, part of it will be yours to withdraw monthly from now on.
This is incredible, but I think we still need to make it clear how to actually make these recurring withdrawals.
In fact, there is no magic formula here. It is just a secret strategy that the banks want to keep locked away. They are profiting at your expense. They are deceiving you, taking money that is yours by right and stuffing their pockets with it. I guarantee they will never call you to give you this information, because the less you know, the better for them.
It is even difficult for us to expose something like this publicly. In fact, we are taking serious risks by revealing this to you today.
After I talked about this publicly on my social media for the first time, the news blew up. Several newspaper articles started to appear until one day, everything had been erased. The system was winning once again. Even my Instagram account was taken down. But the worst part was when I received this threatening message from a governor whose name we cannot reveal for legal reasons.
Dwayne, you have no idea what you are messing with. This is not politics. This is about power. And the ones who really run this country do not show up in the news. They buy the news. This story of hidden fees, of withheld money, it should never have come to light. And you, no matter how much influence you have, are not immune. This exposure could cost you dearly. And I'm not talking about money. You have family, you have reputation, you have a story the world admires. But all of that can turn to dust with a snap of the fingers. We have already erased things much bigger, much more important people. This is the last warning. Delete this content, shut down the site, and disappear with this story.
You must have been terrified by those threats, Dwayne. Do you really want to continue with this exposure?
It is true. I confess I wanted to erase this whole story and bury it, but I feel it is my duty to warn Americans of a right that belongs to each one. That is why, as soon as I received that threat, I called my lawyers and took every possible step so we could be here today, publicly revealing this loophole in the American banking system. That is why we are here. Because my mission has never been clearer to help fix the financial injustices that affect millions of Americans. And that is why I'm revealing today a secret system that is already impacting lives, a system that the banks do not want you to know. But this system exists, and now this money could be in your name. Every purchase you have made and every purchase you will still make can generate amounts for you to withdraw, if you know how. This restitution is a right of every American. And if you have never requested this withdrawal, you may have accumulated $2,000, $4,000, even $15,000 in recent years, and all of this can still be recovered. But if you do not act, this amount keeps disappearing, month after month, year after year, as it has always been, and as it will continue to be, if you do nothing.
But then, how can you access this money? What is the path?
It is simpler than it seems. There is no magic formula. There is a secret strategy, one that the banks do everything to hide. To do this, the step-by-step is very quick and simple for those who are really committed to withdrawing what is theirs by right. Here is how it works. There is a little-known system that you must register for. First, you enter your information and then your bank details, so the transfer can be made directly to your account. Then the system works on its own, calculating the fees and values available for recovery linked to you.
Is a very practical system indeed.
Joe, the most incredible thing was when we revealed this system to the public for the first time, many Americans concerned about their right to receive their money tried to contact my secretary. For months, we received people interested in recovering the amounts linked to their names, and it was with that in mind that after months of investigation with former IRS employees and programmers from JP Morgan Chase, we developed the American System, the only authorized system capable of tracking, validating, and automatically releasing the money that is being held in your name. The system was designed internally to be extremely easy to use so that even a 5-year-old child could access it. With that in mind, to help as many Americans as possible recover the amounts linked to their names, the best way we found was to make this system available online. That way, anyone can access it from their cell phone or laptop. Ask your production team to put on the screen a video explaining how to use the American System.
Here are 3 steps. First, you need to log into your account. You can use the software on your computer or directly on your phone to complete your checklist. The second step is to fill in the information from the last banks you registered with, such as which bank you used and which payment methods. Then, just click the Check My Value button. The software will instantly show the available amount you can withdraw from your refund. Now you're ready, just click on Withdraw, and then we just need to wait for the transfer to be completed directly to your PayPal or another bank account of your choice. And look at that, the withdrawal just hit my PayPal account.
See how easy it is? And to make sure you do not miss a single cent, the American System has an exclusive feature that sends you a notification every time a new transaction becomes available for withdrawal.
Imagine being at home and getting a notification. $5,000 released right now. How much would that help you? Would it fulfill a dream? You could finally take that trip with your family you have been promising your kids for years but could never afford because there was never enough money. Would it bring more comfort at home to know your kids will study at a good university? Or would you use it to pay off an overdue bill? I believe your answer is yes, and that thousands of extra dollars in your account every month would help you a lot. We are talking here about more than $10 billion a year going into the pockets of these corrupt people. Now you know that a portion of that money should be yours. Would you risk giving up that extra money? Or would you rather be part of a select group of people who are recovering thousands of dollars every day safely and automatically? Like the case of Angel from Denver. Angel is a single mom who recovered more than $3,500 in the first week with the American System and sent us this excited video.
Hi, my name is Angel. I am from Denver. I am a single mom, and honestly, life has not been easy. When I heard about the American System for the first time, I thought, this must be another scam. But I decided to try it because I had nothing to lose, and I still cannot believe it. In my first week, I was able to withdraw more than $3,500 straight into my account. For the first time in years, I felt like I could breathe again. I paid off overdue bills, bought new clothes for my kids without worrying that that the card would be declined, and even started planning a weekend trip with them. This system changed my life and gave me hope back. If a single mom like me could do it, anyone can.
There is also the case of Make, who used the American system with his wife Suzanne and withdrew more than $9,000 last month with the system.
Hi, this is Make. I live in Dallas, and this is my wife Suzanne. I have to say, the American system was a total game changer in our lives. Last month, we were able to withdraw more than $9,000 straight into our account. I never imagined something like this could be real, but it is. With that money, we paid off all our overdue bills, cleared our credit card debt, and still had enough left to start planning things that once felt impossible. It was such a huge relief to see Suzanne calm again without that constant worry. Honestly, if it worked for us, it can work for anyone.
These are just some of the dozens of videos we receive every day inside the American system from people all across the United States who are recovering from $2,500 to $15,000 every month with the system. And it works so well that even celebrities are using it to earn thousands of dollars every month.
Hi, this is Michelle Obama. When Dwayne told me about the American system a few months ago, I admit I was curious. I decided to test it, and to my surprise, in just a few weeks, I already had more than $7,000 released directly into my account. It is something that truly changes people's lives because it is money that was already ours by right and was being hidden. I was impressed by how simple it was. Just a few clicks and everything happened automatically. And that is why today I recommend that you also take advantage of this opportunity.
So, this is Morgan Freeman. For years, I've heard about systems that promise miracles, but almost always they turned out to be empty promises. With the American system, it was different. I used it myself and was able to recover more than $10,000 in just 2 months using the system, money that was sitting in my name without me even knowing. And I know how much this can transform the life of any ordinary person. The process is simple, fast, and it really works. So if you get the chance to use it, do not think twice. Just like me, you will be surprised by the result.
Imagine how much money you have available right now to be recovered. I know how desperate it is to fight to pay bills, but I also know how liberating it is to feel secure. It is an indescribable feeling, and you need to feel it yourself to know what I am talking about. The best part of all is that now you are just a few steps away from reaching that power you have always dreamed of. Imagine waking up on a rainy Monday and not needing to rush out to work. Imagine your spouse sleeping peacefully because now the bills arrive and are paid the same day. Your kids are proud of you because now you can buy them a nice Christmas gift. Instead of doing mental math to see if there is money left to pay overdue bills, all of this seemed distant, almost impossible, until now, because this is already happening in the lives of thousands of ordinary people like you. All because these people gained access to information that almost no one knows, and that only a very small group is discovering right now. And that is exactly why this video is so important, because the American system will only be available here on this site, and only a few people will have access to it. Because even though we want to help as many people as possible, unfortunately, we have a limit on how many can use the American system. That is because the server cannot handle more than 1,000 users at the same time. Otherwise, it would attract too much attention from the big banks, and that would break the confidentiality of users who are already actively recovering their funds safely every month. Right now, we already have 915 active accounts linked to names in the American system. When the next 85 spots are filled, this page will go offline for a very simple reason: to prevent the big banks from being able to shut down the system that allows you to recover what is yours by right. Think about it. I could come here, use my influence, and sell the American system to thousands of Americans and make a lot of money with it. But the truth is, I am not here for money. I am here because I believe every American deserves transparency and financial dignity. And yes, if you stop to think about it, this system could easily cost $2,500. We are talking about something that is putting $5,000 to $15,000 per month into the pockets of ordinary Americans. But today, you are not going to pay that, because my goal is to make the last spots of the American system accessible to as many Americans as possible. So I could not charge a high price, even knowing it would be worth every cent. That is why I am not even considering charging $1,000 like other people have already paid for a spot in the system. Either way, to keep the system online, I need to pay for server costs and also the salaries of my entire team that is available 24 hours to help. So I ask you, are you really ready to make money with the system? If your answer is yes, today I prepared an exclusive offer with incredible bonuses. You will not pay $1,000 for your access to the American system. Not even half of that, which would be $500. Not even half of that, which would be $250. Only today in this presentation until 11:59 p.m., just to help me cover the costs I mentioned, you can get one of the last spots in the American system for a single investment of $237. Wait a second. Do not leave the video yet, because in celebration of the last 85 spots of the American system, we are going to do something unprecedented as a thank you to Joe for this opportunity to be here. The first 10 people who secure one of the last spots will receive a special discount of $100. That means your investment will be only $137, and there is more. Those 10 people will also receive a credit of $1,000 already activated inside the system to withdraw immediately.
I'm also going to make a special invitation for an episode here on the Joe Rogan podcast, so you can tell us about your journey and life change with the American system.
So tell me, are you ready? Because because the last 85 licenses of the American system are available right now. So click the button below that says exclusive offer only now. That is appearing below this video before the spots are gone. But pay attention. This incredible $100 discount is only available right now while the last spots remain. So do not waste time. As soon as the spots are gone, the purchase button will no longer be active. And remember my personal gift for the next 10 people who secure their spot in the system. So get ready, because you will need to act fast, because this page can go offline at any moment. And when it does, it will be too late. This is an investment that will give you an immediate return. Just access the American system and withdraw what is already yours. So take advantage while the offer is available. Click the button below and take advantage of this unique opportunity. All I want is for you to recover your money safely. I know the internet is full of false promises of quick money, but I am here live talking to you. That is why I want to prove something to you. Either you withdraw thousands of dollars every month with the American system, or I do not deserve to keep your money. That is why I decided to be bold and offer an unconditional 180-day money-back guarantee. You know what that means? You simply click the button below this video, fill in your details on the checkout page, and complete your purchase. After that, if for any reason you are not satisfied with the American system, something that has never happened with customers, or if for any reason you do not like our support, or if even after 180 days you have not bought what you wanted and withdrawn at least $15,000 into your account, just send us a message and we will refund 100% of your investment. No questions asked. As I said, your investment is 100% safe and risk-free. That means you decide nothing today. I am not asking you for a yes, only a maybe, because you will have up to 180 days to decide. But I guarantee the American system is so incredible that with a single withdrawal you make, you will easily cover the cost of your spot. It is like riding a bike. You learn once and never. In other words, the one taking the risk here is me, because your risk is zero. So click the button below without any fear and make your purchase with this amazing discount and guarantee. When you click this button, you will be directed to a Cart Panda page. It is completely secure from one of the largest payment platforms in the United States. Rest assured when filling out your credit card information, because no one will have access to your data, not even me. To ensure the American system really changes your financial life in the coming months. In partnership with our official sponsor, Joe Rogan Podcast, we decided to include 4 additional free bonuses that will surprise you when I tell you about them now.
Bonus Tool 1, Real-Time Recovery. You will start to get lost looking for the recoveries you have available, because as you start recovering fees and taxes from all the payment methods you use, it will get confusing. Now you will be able to find the recoveries you have available in real time and all in one place with a search option to make everything faster. And there is one more detail that I think will be your favorite. The system will send a notification every time you have a recovery available, so you do not miss the chance to withdraw your money whenever you want. This is my favorite alert. You will understand exactly what I'm talking about when the recovery starts showing up in real time.
I am Amanda Lewis, 36 years old, from Minneapolis. As an administrative assistant, I already had trouble organizing my own life. Imagine trying to track all the recoveries available. When I started using the American system, the real-time alerts changed everything for me. Last week, I was in line at the supermarket when I got a notification, $570 released for immediate recovery. I withdrew it right from my phone before it was my turn at the register. I have already recovered $4,030 in just 3 and never miss a recovery thanks to instant notifications. It is like having a financial working 24 hours a day, days a week.
Bonus Tool 2, buying with 10% off. Discounts are everywhere. The hard part is search to find them. In your hands, the best discount coupon from the biggest stores in the United States, like Amazon, Walmart, eBay, GNC. That is what the second bonus will do for you. This is one of the tools I use most in my daily life.
My name is Derek Johnson, 42 years old, from Houston. I've always been a guy who searched for coupons and deals everywhere. When I got access to the discount tool from the American system, it was like receiving the keys to paradise. Last week, I bought a notebook on Amazon for $1,299 and instantly got a discount of $129.9. Oh, that did not even exist on their site. I've already saved more than $780 in purchases over the last 30 days using this tool. The best part is that it works automatically. You just pick the product and the discount appears like magic. I am saving money while recovering what was already mine. It is an unbeatable combination.
Bonus 3, lifetime free financial consulting. Believe me, this is a service every American should have to live an organized life, especially you, who will start having extra money in your bank account. I promise this is one of the best gifts of your life, because you must have already realized that to plan the much desired safe retirement with all the rights you have after years of work, to find the best health plans for you and your loved ones, and even to make your money grow with the right investments, you urgently need a financial consultant. So before you have to worry about this, I made sure you will have access to a free financial consulting service that is a leader in customer service. You can use this service 24/7 with instant responses, 100% online. Well, now you may be asking yourself, is there anything else? Look, I did not want to say anything, but they're island. Everybody loves getting surprised. And only for you, who stayed with us until now, there's a surprise we want to give personally to those who secure one of the last spots in the American System app today. This surprise gift is not an ebook, a course, or anything else you might be imagining. It is something individual, personalized, and it can put more than $1,000 in your pocket every day forever. And it is sold out there for almost $600. I like to say this gift is as special as the American System itself. I am not not going to say what it is, so I do not ruin the surprise. But I imagine everyone who takes this opportunity will have a big smile when they receive this gift today and start putting money in their pocket. After all, who does not like to get a surprise? We love it ourselves.
Look, all of this is amazing, but now I need to warn you. You need to act immediately before the crooked bankers take down this site, and I can no longer offer you this chance. Because, honestly, I do not know how much longer I can keep fighting this battle against the system, okay? It is time to act. Now that you already know the truth about the money that has been taken from you, there are two possible scenarios, and both are clear. Scenario one, you ignore it, you close this page, delay the decision, and everything continues exactly the same. The fees keep being charged, the banks keep profiting at your expense, time passes, opportunities disappear, and what could have been a turning point turns into regret. Months later, someone next to you mentions they withdrew $8,000 with the American system, and all you can think is, I had the chance, and I let it pass. While all you need to do is take the other path and say yes to the American system today. Click the button below, enter the American system, follow the step-by-step, and start recovering the money that was always yours. You wake up tomorrow with a notification on your phone saying $970 released, right? In a few weeks, you already put $5,000, $10,000, or even more in your pocket. Your financial life starts to turn around, bills stop piling up, the debts disappear, the feeling of insecurity goes away, you finally feel in control. And the best part, you no longer depend on it. You simply did what needed to be done. It is simple, just request the cancellation within 7 days, and that is it. Your money will be fully refunded, just like that. No one will ask you anything. You will get all your money back with no hassle. Just click the button below, fill in your details on our secure page, and complete your purchase. You have until this week to recover what is yours. The system that has been hiding this money for decades is already being shut down, and this is the last chance to recover what was always yours by right. Do not let this opportunity slip away. See you on the other side. You are still here. If you still have any doubts, I would like just 2 more minutes to clear, okay? Is the American system legitimate? Am I committing any crime? The American system is legitimate, and you will in no way be committing a crime. That is where many people get confused. In fact, everything we showed here in this video is nothing more than your right to withdraw your money that out of pure trickery from the banks is being withheld. Despite that, thousands of ordinary Americans are already taking advantage of this loophole and exercising their right to earn a lot of recurring money. So it is very, very important to always remember that what we are offering is legal and ethical and not dishonest at all. How do I use the American system? Simply log in